studied the four faces that kept sneaking looks at each other. Nervous grins flashed and disappeared. As she had encouraged Erin not to say anything to her daughter until after Lew had talked with them, Mason's mom stood quietly in a corner off to one side of the desk. Larry Fortran, tallest of the four, sat with his shoulders hunched as one bony knee jiggled with impatience. Lew sensed that he was ready to argue they hadn't done anything wrong. Next to him was short, round-faced Denny Wayne, whose piercing black eyes reminded Lew of an enterprising chipmunk. The minute his mother walked in, his expression changed from wise guy to stricken. So stricken that if he'd been 50 years older, she would have been worried he was on the verge of a heart attack. No doubt he was panicked over what was going to happen when he got home. John Mayer sat beside Mason, pretending to be calm. Lew guessed him to be the mastermind behind their caper. She knew his father, a real estate appraiser more than once suspected of taking bribes to inflate property values, and a man known to consider himself the smartest guy in the room. Maybe he is, thought Lew. He hasn't been caught yet. John took after his mother, who had discovered her error early in her marriage and divorced the real estate expert. John was a too bright, serious kid. And then there was Mason, tall for her age and slender, with the high cheekbones and dusky complexion of her Métis grandfather, whose great-grandmother was an Ojibwe from Quebec, married to a French-Canadian fur trader. Lew was surprised every time she saw Mason alongside her mother. Erin had a porcelain complexion and wore her honey-blonde hair in a long braid. Contemplating the fidgeting four young people, Lew was well aware that she was facing a complex situation. The immediate issue being that Mason's mother was managing her campaign for county sheriff. And then there was Mason's grandfather, who played more than a modest role in Lew's life. After retiring from his full-time dental practice, Dr. Paul Doc Osborne had pursued a long-time goal to become an odontologist, a forensic dental expert. Since he was the only forensic dental expert in the region, both the Loon Lake Police and the Wausau Crime Lab relied on his expertise for identifying dead and decomposing bodies. Doc Osborne was also a student of Lew's, in the trout stream. They had connected 3 years earlier, when he signed up for fly casting lessons, only to discover that the male, he assumed, instructor named Lew was in fact Lew Ferris, the Loon Lake Chief of Police, an expert fly fisherman who enjoyed teaching people how to cast a fly rod and other basics of fly fishing on the side. That first meeting had led from a teacher-student relationship to a friendship, a very close friendship, or as Doc, a widower, liked to describe it, "She keeps refusing to marry me." Then he grins. Lew cast an inner sigh. Yes, she was looking at a complex situation. With a shrug, she decided not to worry about it. No law was being broken by letting 4 preteens know they were lucky to avoid what might have been a dangerous confrontation. With that decision, she came up with a plan. She walked over to where Erin was standing. Lew shared her idea, and Erin responded with enthusiasm. "This is needed," she said. "I'm happy to find the right person and get this underway ASAP." Erin herself was the right person to find an authority on the legal issues involved. A lawyer who specialized in wills and probate, she was married to Loon Lake's district attorney. She also strove to parent 3 challenging children. "Thank you," said Lew with a mild sense of relief. She walked back to the front of the desk. "All right," she said. "Which of you wants to tell me exactly what happened here this afternoon?" 3 heads turned to John. "We were making a